Good focus, like we've seen over the last few games to start. Keying in on some of the key guys, attention to detail with Patty Mills specifically, a guy that can really hurt you and go off for 30. I felt we were dialed in on him. He got loose at our place last time, and so obviously with the guys being out, he was a focal point. And you know, to hold him to 5 points is impressive, regardless who they have.
Did you tell him that you locked his ass up?
I did not.
Was the game plan to just have Marcus like front him and chase him around the entire time just so they didn't ball?
Just be physical. We were still switching some things. It was just if he could blow up some actions and take the ball out of his hands, that was obviously there to deny him. And Marcus is great at that. So, like I said, he got loose at our place to you know, 3 of his first wide open shots were wide open, and obviously playing with some different guys. But him as well as Cam Thomas, you know, he's had a 30-point game recently, so we wanted to focus on those guys and make the others beat us.
How much have you seen from this team in terms of to determine what you need, what you don't need, like, you know, kind of separating now that everyone's engaged, healthy?
Yeah, we see what works for us consistency-wise, what lineups work, and more so than anything is getting a consistent package for guys, knowing what guys like to run. And when you're mixing and matching at times, you obviously can get away from that, and it feels like we have certain sets that work for everybody, and we can kind of, you know, pick our spots as far as that instead of relying on one guy here or 2 guys here. And so when you have your full complement of guys, it feels like it opens up the playbook, helps us out defensively, obviously, and then that makes it easier on offense, getting out and running and things of that nature. But we're seeing a good amount, seeing the rotations that work, seeing the combinations that work, and I think you're seeing that carry over into the game.
I mean, the Rockets being 6-0, doing what you're supposed to. Did your impression of this team change from the last week? And you're saying this is what I always thought would how would you play?
Well, you when you have your full roster available, you think what they can do with, like I said, size, length, and versatility defensively. Offensively, it's going to take a little more time to come around to, you know, do some of the things that we're asking of them, to change some certain habits at times, and that's not going to happen overnight. So I understand that, and you're always optimistic because with guys missing, key guys missing for, you know, times here and there, we're still in games that we should have won. Honestly, we built big leads that we lost, or we were in close games that we lost. So, you know, I understand it's not going to happen overnight, and I'm optimistic because of that, that when you get the full complement back, some of those lulls offensively won't happen, and defensively you'll be stronger. And so it's not hard for me to understand that with the guys we had in and out, and me coming in as a new coach and them learning me and me learning them as well. But it's good to see it, you know, taking form.
See something like a 22 run to start the game?
Probably not. But you know, like I said, we were locked in defensively, obviously, to hold them to 2, but also offensively. You know, them going after Jason, opening up some things for other guys. Seemed like that was the plan, to take it out of his hands, and we got numbers on the backside, got other guys that can obviously score. When you have Jalen out there to double off of Jason, is going to leave him wide open, and he's making plays for everybody else. So Jason took the bait and got everybody else free buckets tonight.
Good evening, Coach. We'll have a Zoom call from John Corrales, please.
Yeah, do you hear me?
I got you now.
Okay, sorry. To that end, the passing out of the double teams is something that you've wanted to see from him, from both guys, from Jalen and Jason. What have you seen as far as the progress, like from the beginning of the season, how quick the recognition is, the willingness to pass out of that, and like from there till now?
I'd say the willingness has always been there. The one that stood out to us was Chicago, where I felt they made the right play. And like I said, we got wide open looks in that 4th quarter when we lost it, whether it was Jason or Jalen making the play. And so I always thought the willingness was there. They didn't try to shoot over 2 or beat the double teams, you know, and so it's a little different now. We've had quite a bit of practice. Those guys have seen it, but when you know it's coming at you every time, it's obviously easier to prepare for. And, you know, like I said, the willingness has been there. Those are 2 unselfish guys, and outcomes of some of those games might be different if we make a few shots. So I always think they're making the right play for the most part.
What's it got to you in the defense right now, like the confidence level in what you're trying to do, and like the comfort with guys knowing where they're supposed to be and kind of relying on each other while they're out there since everything's
Yeah, it feels like we're connected. I mentioned it the other night. It feels like times like we engulf teams and kind of suffocate them with our size and um, length and some of those things. And so, it feels like everybody's taking the challenge and embracing it, embracing that mentality. And when everybody comes out on the same page, obviously you see a lot of first quarters where teams are scoring in the teens. That means we're coming out focused, prepared, and doing it on that end. But also we see how easy it translates to offense. And when we're guarding like that, and we're getting out and running, it's a much different ball game than taking out of the net and having to play in the half court.
No, we asked you before the game about trade deadline stuff a little bit. I know those aren't like your calls, but just the way these past few weeks have gone, do you think it changes at all, like the focus for you guys over the next couple of days?
Yeah, I'd say that for us, it's really getting a chance to see everybody, which we hadn't had the full complement. And so it's hard to gauge where we're at or what we really need without seeing everybody until now. And I'm sure it opens some eyes to other people that are already calling about some of these guys and seeing how well they're playing. So I'm sure it works both ways. But like I said, we are happy with how we're playing, happy with what the guys are doing and seeing our full group together now. And I'm sure it changes some of the conversation based on what we're doing lately.
So going back to the blitzing, have you changed, I guess, where the outlet guy is for whoever is passing out it would seem like Al is kind of in that position once, but got a lot of kind of.
Yeah, I mean, it depends on who we send up there. At times, if it's Rob, early in the year, it felt like we were over rolling that spot. We're stopping on the short roll now, but also the wings are sprinting up and giving them outlets as well. So, like I said, I don't think we were ever terrible at it. We didn't make shots out of it at times, and that hurts us. But for the most part, the guys are unselfish. And other than the bigs over rolling their spot sometimes and leaving our wings hanging, we've been okay at that for the most part. It's just Al in that pocket is really good. Grant in that pocket is really good, and Rob has improved.
Thank you.
Thank you.